In this video, I'm going to do what we call isoline 3 over here on the right in Fusion 360. And I'm going to start a sketch. This one has the most interesting stuff happening in this viewpoint on this plane. So I'm going to do this. This is going to require two sketches. So I pick that plane, drag this over with depressing the button of my mouse. Then I'm going to make a rectangle that is 2.5 tall and 4 inches wide. I'm going to press R for rectangle on my computer, link it with the origin point there, go into the positive quadrant of the Cartesian coordinate system, and then I'm going to put in 2.5 tab over to 4, type that in, and then I'm going to hit return and it's going to fill in. Now the next thing that I need to do is put in this gap here. So there's quite a bit of stuff going on over here. I need to know how big is this gap. So the height of this gap, I need to do a little math here. 3/4 plus 1/2 equals 1 1/4. So that's 2.5 minus 1 1/4 is 1 1/4. So this is 1 1/4 tall by 2. Okay, I'm going to hit R for, well, I'll go in here. You can hit this for rectangle. And I'm going to link that. You can see an X form that anchors the rectangle to that line. Then I'm going to come out here and I'm going to click. Now I've got to add some things to that. Actually, I don't like the way I did that. And one nice command on here is Command Z to get rid of it. So rectangle. All right. So I said that's going to be, the depth is going to be 1 1/4. If I can't do the math here, I can just type in 1 1/4 with a little space there. And then here, tab to 2 and return. Okay, that's good, except that it's not placed up and down correctly. So I need to place it. So this distance here, this gap, is 1/2. It's saying it's 1/2. Okay, I can put that in there. D for dimension. Click, click, bring that out. Click, and then I'm going to type in 0.5, return, and then that's looking good. So I'm going to finish the sketch. Then I'm going to come out here and I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm going to extrude this going backwards. To me, that makes sense. Usually that's what I do. In order to do that, I need to do a negative number. The total length is 1 1/2, so 1.5, return. And then I'm going to say, hey, I need to cut this out of here, so I'm going to do right click on this, and I'm going to say create a sketch there. That gives me a sketch here, and the cutout would be in the bottom right hand portion here. So R for rectangle, and link it to that point, and then define it. Well, if we go up here, we go over here, that depth doesn't really tell us, but it does tell us this depth, 3/4. 1 1/2 minus 3/4 is 3/4. And then this length here is simply 4 minus 1. So 3/4, type that in, 0.75, and then tab 3, and then return. Okay, and then I'm going to finish that sketch. Now I'm going to hit E for extrude again on my keyboard. I'm going to say this profile here. It's going to say it wants to go up. It always likes to add things, but as you can see, as I push this down, it is automatically picking cut. And I'm going to say, I could tell it to go to the distance. I could go through all. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that's cut. I'm going to say OK. And then I have this object, if I'm at home, that object is just like that. And I'm going to save this as isoline 3.